Told you I'd be back. So, this is finally going to be my ranking of the Jurassic Park and Jurassic World franchises. So, I'm going to give you my thoughts on all of these movies. There are 6 total, and I will spend at least a minute or two on each synopsis and tell you which ones have the most nostalgia for me. So without further ado, let's get started on this list. And at number 6, man, this really breaks my heart, but I think number 6 is actually going to be Jurassic World Dominion for me. Now, like I said in my previous video, I do like the nostalgia in this movie, but it's just all over the place, and that's a gargantuan running time. But you have like environmental issues mixed with a kidnapping plot mixed with dinosaurs. That's this entire movie. And you're sitting there wondering, this isn't really all that great. So, there's a lot of callbacks in this film, especially with the big 3, of course. And then the inclusion of Lewis Dodgson, which is the operator of Biosyn. And his death is very similar to a death in one of these movies. I'll get to that when I get to that. But his death was pretty satisfying. Otherwise, this movie was just okay. So, that was number 6, Jurassic World Dominion. And at number 5, and really, this one almost was a little bit higher. But I thought about it, and at number 5 is going to be Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom. This movie came out in 2018, and it is the second movie in the second franchise. There we go. And this brings back Owen and Claire, and they try to get all the dinosaurs off of Isla Nublar before a volcano erupts. And then they go back to the States to stop an evil auctioneer. And then you also have the inclusion of the Indoraptor, which is a dinosaur hybrid engineered from the Indominus Rex and a raptor. So, I didn't hate this movie, but it's pretty forgettable, and I don't see myself watching it as often as I do these other movies. So, I did give this a higher rating, but sitting back on it, I kind of see some of these being a little bit better. But, yeah, as for now, this is number 5, Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom. Coming in at number 4, it's probably going to shock a lot of people, but this was one of the movies that I grew up with, and I literally had a lot of fun with this one. That is Jurassic Park 3. Now, I almost wanted to put this below Fallen Kingdom, but I just have a lot of nostalgia for this. And this one came out in 2001 and brings back Sam Neill as Alan Grant. But this time, he is accompanied by this couple trying to find their son. And they lie about being famous. So it's basically just like a rescue mission. I gotta tell you that William H. Macy and Téa Leoni are very annoying, but I do enjoy their characters as their arcs progress. And yeah. So this also included the Spinosaurus, which is kind of like, well, he's kind of like, whoa. He's kind of like a Tyrannosaurus Rex mixed with like a Mosasaurus and a Stegosaurus. I mean, this dude is huge. I'll probably post a picture of it. So, really fun movie, but it still is kind of weak. And not to mention, it is the shortest in the series. But I see myself putting this on a little bit more if I just want a quick Jurassic Park experience. So that was number 4, Jurassic Park 3. And at number 3 is another movie that I grew up with, and that is The Lost World Jurassic Park. And this is the direct sequel, obviously. And Steven Spielberg comes back to direct it, and John Williams does the score. And this brings back Ian Malcolm, and he meets his sort of girlfriend, Sarah Harding, and they try to nurse a baby Tyrannosaurus Rex back to health. But they also have InGen after them, which InGen wants to bring these dinosaurs to the States to open up a zoo in San Diego. So this was another fun one, and I definitely do like this a little bit over Jurassic Park 3, obviously. And I gotta mention, there is one death in here that is probably the most brutal of the whole series, and that is the death of that bald guy that gets ripped in half by 2 T-Rexes. It's brutal and so satisfying in a very grim way. But yeah, I really do enjoy this one. And I gotta admit that there is another stupid decision in this one. And that was by the cowboy who decided to have the T-Rex chomp on him after a snake crawled into his neck region. So, yeah. That was The Lost World Jurassic Park, and at number 3. Number 2 is Jurassic World. Came out in 2015. Stars Chris Pratt and Bryce Dallas Howard. And this is the closest you'll get to seeing Jurassic Park open. But it's now called Jurassic World, and there's dinosaurs everywhere, of course, but they are like in a theme park. So this tells a story of an operations manager played by Bryce Dallas Howard, and she invites her nephews to come visit her over the weekend. But then Chris Pratt arrives, and he is a raptor trainer. And I gotta admit, he is one of my favorite parts of this movie, because he's a very good character. But other things happen. That is the inclusion of the Indominus Rex, which is one of the meanest, probably even worse than the T-Rex. And it just hunts for sport. Kills almost every dinosaur on the island. But he gets his comeuppance in the end on arguably one of the best climaxes of this entire series. And that is the T-Rex versus the Indominus Rex versus the Raptor versus the Mosasaurus. But yeah, I really do enjoy this movie. So that was Jurassic World. And if you stuck with me this long, there is no comparison on number one. I don't think any of these movies come close, except for Jurassic World. I mean, I'm wearing the shirt right now, so I'm going to pull it up. Number one by far is Jurassic Park 1993. This is my 9th favorite movie of all time, and it was prime for me when I was growing up, because I was 3 when this movie came out, and I fell in love with this movie as soon as I saw it. I mean, I was literally obsessed with dinosaurs growing up. And this tells the story of an eccentric billionaire named John Hammond that acquires this island, and he brings back dinosaurs. He wants to open a park, but things go awry very, very quickly. There are a lot of great scenes that I can talk about in this video, or I mean in this position, but I'll be here quite a while, so I'm just going to keep it brief. But I think my favorite part of this movie is the raptors in the kitchen scene. It's near the end of the movie. It's one of the most tense moments in a non-horror movie, because you have the killer stalking his prey, except they are 2 raptors. So there's also the appearance of the T-Rex with the Jeeps. That's another very tense moment, and a very hilarious death done by the T-Rex and the lawyer, where the lawyer just sits on the toilet and he sees Rexy and he goes, yeah, he's dino food. I've always loved that death, because it is, whoa, it's over the top hilarious, and I have a lot of fun with it. And going back to Dominion and this, let's talk about Dennis Nedry's death. I mean, this dude was a slime ball, and he was a traitor to the park, because he actually works with InGen, and he wants to steal like dinosaur embryos to make a hefty sum of money. But a Dilophosaurus stops him in his tracks, and this Dilophosaurus is kind of like it's kind of like a spitting cobra in a way, because he like emits very venomous toxins, and it like literally blinds him, and I think he pretty much gets destroyed. This is how Lewis Dodgson dies in Dominion. Spoiler alert. But I'm sure everybody's seen that by now. But his death is more brutal in Dominion, because 3 of them show up. And I was very satisfied with that. But let's talk about like the first sighting of Brontosaurus. One of the most awe-inspiring moments in film history. I mean, the music swells, and then you have this awesome sight of Brontosauruses. It's one of my all-time favorite inspiring moments in movie history. I mean, I just love everything about this film. I won't change one thing about it. It's perfect, and I've probably seen this well over 100 times. So that'll mark the end of my Jurassic series. which means that this series is now extinct. I was waiting for that to add it to this video. So, hope you guys enjoyed these 7 videos. It was a lot of fun revisiting this franchise and seeing Dominion. And I'll have more videos on the way. Hopefully I'll have a Lightyear review coming up soon, and an Elvis review, and a Black Phone review. So, still have quite a bit to do in June. Just stay tuned, and I'll see you guys in the next video, which might actually be my summer TBR. We'll see, but whenever I show up again, you'll know. Okay, I'm out of here. Peace. Enjoy the rest of your Wednesday afternoon.